Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. October is Cybersecurity Month, so do you know how secure your personal and financial information is? Here with tips, we welcome motivational speaker, AI, and cybersecurity expert, Saby Waraich. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Absolutely, Hannah. It's always a pleasure to be here.
We all have to know about this stuff, unfortunately, because there are so many threats all over the place. What are some of the most common things that everybody should be aware of?
Right. You know, the three common threats which we see all the time, most prevalent. The first one is phishing, where somebody is trying to get your personal information, and it will lure you to click on that link.
Right.
It might be in a text message. It might be in an email which will be sent out to you saying, hey, Helen just posted something on Glassdoor about this particular organization. And he or she's your friend, and you're like, what is she posting about?
Right.
I want to click on that link.
They're so sophisticated.
They're becoming even better.
Yeah.
And that's the number one.
Okay.
Number two comes in is ransomware. Ransomware is when they get into your systems and they encrypt all your files and they ask you for money and say, I'm going to give you all your data back if you give me $1 million.
Yeah. We're seeing that happen more to big corporations too.
I myself went through that experience.
It's so scary.
It is scary.
Yeah.
It is such a scary experience when they come into your organization and you feel like they have all your keys and everything, keys to the kingdom. So you are basically lost. So that's number two. Number three is identity theft, right? Somebody takes your identity and then utilizes it for opening bank accounts, for getting loans, for doing all those things. So it's very important to keep all of our information safe.
What can we do, especially with cybersecurity, just at home? Because we do live our lives online so much. How can we better protect ourselves?
Yes. So some of the things which I can say, first of all, is you need to have strong passwords. Yeah, don't keep your password as password or password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or your name or the name of your city. Make it unique. Have it at least 12 characters long.
Okay.
And sometimes I say make it a phrase which you only know, right? So that will definitely help, having a strong, unique password.
Okay.
Another tool which we can use is Password Manager. Password Manager is you have all the passwords in there, and then you have one stronger, super strong password, and that will help to manage all your passwords. Otherwise, it's really tough. Don't put your passwords on a sticky note and assign it to your laptop or anything. I've seen that multiple times.
Yes.
So never do that. So that's number one. Number two is you need to have a multi-factor authentication, especially on your bank accounts or secure accounts. So multi-factor authentication is two-factor authentication, where if you're logging in and they will send you a text message or you will send your authenticator app and say, put this code in there, that's another layer of security which will help you. And number three is please make sure all your apps and your operating system, all those things are being updated regularly.
Okay.
The threats are becoming more sophisticated every single day, and you have to keep all those software systems up to date to making sure all those are being patched regularly.
It's kind of a pain sometimes, but if you take all those little steps ahead of time, it'll save you a big headache later on.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
What should parents know in terms of keeping their kids' information safe online?
First of all, and that's really with any parent, is they're not going to listen to you.
Oh my gosh, that's the truth. Now what?
You bring in somebody who's an expert in that and tell them, okay, please don't post any of your sensitive information online. I've seen individuals or these kids posting their pictures, their data, taking those pictures. They're good at taking selfies and they don't know what's in the background.
Right.
Right? They were like, today's my 18th birthday. Guess what? You just gave a hacker access to your date of birth right there. Right? So don't post those pictures in there. Number two is what kind of apps you are using. You want to make sure you're monitoring those apps as parents.
Right.
So making sure who are they talking to. Right? Cyber threat is one part, but cyberbullying, that's another topic.
Totally.
For another day.
Totally.
But you want to make sure that they're keeping those apps and updates under control. That will really help.
Yeah, I mean, the awareness helps for both of those categories. You have to know what your kids are doing online to be able to help them in the long run. Now, what about AI's role in all of this? I would imagine it's helping a lot of the hackers make these much more sophisticated attacks. What do we need to know about all that?
Absolutely. So there are AI is taking this to the next level. Okay, so right now, think about this. You have a huge home, and you have different doors, and you use one primary door, and it has a number, right? Maybe your code is 56789, right? Now, you know that code, and you don't give it to anybody else. You maybe give it to your kids. And what I have seen is kids are very careless. They want their friends in, they're lazy, they're gonna say, hey, use this code 56789. Now 12 other friends know that code. Right. So now that becomes an insider threat kind of thing where they can sell that information to somebody and somebody can get in.
Okay.
That's one. Second is AI has become so sophisticated that it's gonna send their minions out there. And they're gonna look and knock on all those doors and say, which one is open? Once they find a door is open, they're gonna come in and they're gonna stay inside your house. They're gonna observe what are you doing. They're gonna observe where are all the critical pieces of information. And once you go on vacation or you're out, guess what? They're gonna lock all the doors, change all the codes, and you're out.
Oh my gosh.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Right? You're stuck.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say, hey, give me $1 million and then I will pay you.
Gosh. All the reason to be really mindful about this stuff.
Very mindful.
Yeah.
Very mindful. So not only, you know, the actors, the threat actors are using AI, but you can also use it for your own good benefit, right? For defense as well. But that needs money. So one of the things which we do is every time we get an email and an employee thinks it's a phishing email, we have a submit phish button, and we used to get hundreds of those emails. And there was one individual who had to go through all those emails and reply. AI has come into the picture where we use an AI-based tool to look at that email and provide a response back to that user.
That's great.
Right.
It can be used for good too.
Yes, it can be good for use too. Yes, absolutely.
Lots of wonderful applications that we will continue to see. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's great chatting with you.
Absolutely.
Great information. We'll have more on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.